you know how everybody like, oh, I got the best fried chicken, or every auntie out here like, I got the best sweet potato pie, and then you look at your auntie sweet potato pie and somebody else's, and you just like, why is yours yellow, why is hers orange, why is hers brown, why is hers burnt? Like, everybody has their own way of doing it, and so they believe that their way is the best way, but you have to figure out which way works best for you. Hey y'all, welcome back to the KULTURED. My name is Janelle and I'm the founder and KEO of KULTURED LLC, and today I am back with another video. But before I get into today's video, I want to apologize because I've been gone for about 2 months and it's been a minute, but life got in the way. Some good things happened and it kind of took me away from YouTube and took me away from my business a little bit. Even though my business, people were still placing orders, I just wasn't fully present in my business like I set out to be at the start of the new year. And so when life happens, you just have to keep learning to keep going and keep rolling with the punches as they come. Today's video is actually inspired by someone's comment that they made 2 months ago on one of the first videos of the new year, and that person said that entrepreneurship is overly glamorized, and it really is, and no one really talks about the downside. They only show the good things, and there are some people out there who do show the bad side, but for the most part we only see the good things. We see people's businesses taking off and them, you know, living the life that they manifested, right? And so it makes you look at your small business and makes you look at yourself and question, why am I doing this? Should I be doing this? And so I want to talk about why you shouldn't start a small business. When I first started back in 2020 and I launched, I was so scared. I think I talked about this a couple videos back where I only had like 1 order the first day and I was ready to give up back then. And so I still have moments like that where I'm like, I want to give up so bad and I just want to get back to my normal life. I want to be able to just focus on my personal career, because like I said, I did not expect my personal career to take off the way that it did, especially in the beginning of the year. And so when things started happening, I started to question whether or not I should continue on in my business. And I have moments like this all the time. I literally cried yesterday. And so when I think about the reason why I started business, that's usually the reason that keeps me going. It goes back to my why, and I talked about this 2 years ago when I first started YouTube. The reason why you would want to start a business is your why. Why do you want to start your business? Why would your business be helpful to your customers? Why is your business needed in the industry? And so whenever I think about my why, that usually keeps me going. And whenever I look at my products and I think about what I've done this far and how I did it without little to no experience, I keep going just based off of that, because if I'm doing it and I'm doing it well, I at least want to keep trying, because you never know what's going to happen. But I never started a small business and never wanted to become an entrepreneur because I thought that I would get rich, and that is where a lot of people get stuck at. In 2020, when the world shut down, we started looking at all of these businesses popping up everywhere, and we started to see all these people become successes, and we started seeing all of these people shipping out thousands of orders and how they were buying G-Wagons and they were buying condos and they were buying Teslas, and it's like, well, where's mine at? And so it makes you think that you're not doing something right. And so if you're looking to become rich as an entrepreneur, then think again. Sometimes it does not happen that way. Sometimes you may not break a certain threshold that you set for yourself, and that can go back to what you're doing as an entrepreneur. Are you fully present in your business? Like myself, I can literally sit here and say that I have not been fully present, and that is the reason why my business isn't where I want it to be. And that's my fault. I'm not blaming the world, I'm blaming myself. And that accountability helps me sit down and focus on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, so that I can get back to being a better entrepreneur. I feel like a lot of people want to become an overnight success when they become entrepreneurs and they launch their small businesses, but what we don't really think about is what overnight success actually looks like. There is no such thing. An overnight success only happens when you launch and then you remain consistent, and then your business gains traction, and then the popularity comes. But before you hit that launch button, you're gonna have a lot of sleepless nights. You're gonna have moments where you are gonna want to quit. You're gonna have moments where you're just like, I don't have the money to do this. You're gonna have nights where you're like, I don't have the customer base. Who's gonna buy it? There's gonna be a lot of doubt that creeps in. And when people say, oh my gosh, I didn't doubt myself, I just kept going, I mean, I could believe you, but at the same time, it's just like, it's unrealistic to remain in a 100% positive mindset. Now, can you be like 80% positive, 90% positive? Yes. There is a little bit of doubt that's going to creep in because this is the unknown. You don't know what's on the other side of that launch button. And so before you decide that you want to become an overnight success, and that's the reason why you want to start a business, think again about all of the work that you're going to have to put in, all of the sleepless nights, all of the times where you're going to have to tell your friends, hey, I can't hang out with you, because you want your business to be successful. You want your business to be well known. You want people to use your product and fall in love with your product, maybe, or your service. You want your product to be on the shelves in stores. You want your services to be on billboards, or you want your services to be advertised heavily on TV or on YouTube, or however you want your business to be known. You're gonna have to think about all of the times that you're gonna have free time, but then you have to use that free time to put it towards your business. Another reason why you shouldn't start business is if you think there is one shortcut way that is going to be able to help you start your business and be successful in your business. There are a lot of masterclasses and ebooks out here from other entrepreneurs who were successful in their business, and they want you to follow the same 7 tips that they followed in order to start their business for $1,000, and then you're gonna have the most successful business. And be for real now. That is not how business works. There is no one way to do business. There is no one way to do successful business. There are a lot of ways to do it right, and there are a lot of ways to do it wrong, and their way worked for them and your way is going to work for you. You just have to figure it out. Now, can you look at someone else's business model and develop your own model from there? Absolutely. But to look at someone else's business model and say, I'm going to do the same exact thing, is a no-go. Figure out your own way to do it. Put a little spin on it, right? You know how everybody like, oh, I got the best fried chicken, or every auntie out here like, I got the best sweet potato pie, and then you look at your auntie sweet potato pie and somebody else's, and you just like, why is yours yellow? Why is hers orange? Why is hers brown? Why is hers burnt? Like, everybody has their own way of doing it, and so they believe that their way is the best way, but you have to figure out which way works best for you. Another reason why you should not start a small business is if you're inconsistent and you're not motivated. If you lack motivation and you're inconsistent, if you have moments where you're on a high and you're just going and you're just doing everything's just rolling out, all the ideas are just flowing, and then all of a sudden you just stop and you take a break and you're just like, I'm just gonna take a minute to myself and I'm just gonna be away for like 3-4 months. Like me, I'm talking about myself. Anyway, if you have inconsistent moments, that's another reason why you shouldn't start business. You have to think about the inconsistencies that you have in your personal life now before you start a business, because you don't want to put all this money into your business and then all of a sudden you decide, I don't want to do it anymore, right? Especially if you're going to take money from other people. You know, you can get money from friends, you can get money from family, and you can get money from fools, right? I learned in entrepreneurship the 3 F's of how you can get finances: friends, family, fools. So if you get money from those people and they take, you know, your word for it, like, oh, you're going to be a great business owner, and then all of a sudden you quit and you're like, I don't want to do it no more, they're going to be like, okay, well, I want my money back, right? Because they invested into your business, or they just gave it to you out of the kindness of their own heart. But you don't want to make someone think that you're not serious, right? Because even when you do get serious again and then you're like, okay, I need the money again, I'm sorry, I messed up the first time, I won't mess up again, they're not going to be as, you know, willing to give you the money anymore. So it's important to be mindful of how you are going to be in your business. Are you really going to dedicate so much time to your business so that you can get where you want to be? The last reason why you should not start a business is if you are thinking of cheating your way through it. There are so many people who cheat their way into their entrepreneurship journey, or cheat their way through it, and then they wind up having to close down business later. I cannot tell you how many times in business school I heard about businesses shutting down because they cheated on their taxes and they weren't tax compliant. It happens literally all the time, and they tried to get me, and I talked about that in a video not too long ago, but I got that corrected, and I haven't heard from the IRS since. Entrepreneurs really don't talk about their taxes, and that's because not every state is the same. But here in the state of Ohio, you have to pay business taxes. As a matter of fact, I have to pay mine quarterly. It is so annoying, but you have to do what you have to do. When you run a business, you have to be responsible, and you cannot cheat your way through it, because if you cheat now, when you do become successful and the money really does start flowing, the IRS is really going to be looking at you, and they will audit you all the way back Until when you first start, they're gonna be like, well, you've been cheating this whole time. And because you've been cheating that entire time, they may say, well, we're gonna have to shut you down for a little bit, and you're gonna have to stay closed until further notice, until you can pay back this tax debt. And sometimes they might shut you down completely. So think about how you want to run your business. Don't skip any lines. Don't cut corners. Don't jump in front of people. Literally take your time getting there and think about how you want to get there, and just enjoy the journey. Do not cheat. Okay, we're at the end of this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I know this video was rather short. There really wasn't a lot for me to talk about, but I'm just glad to be back on YouTube at the end of the day, because I did take a long break in my opinion. So if you guys like this video, then leave a comment down below letting me know what your greatest takeaway from this video was. Do you have any tips on why you shouldn't start a business, or what kept you going in your business if you did start and there were moments that you felt unmotivated? What kept you going? Leave a comment down below. Also, this is the time that I ask you to do something for me. I need you to hit that like button, subscribe, and also make sure you click the bell so you get notified every single time I post on this channel. And I'll be seeing you guys real soon. Thank you. Bye, y'all.